Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Numbert.
And you're watching Battle Gamer News.
Today we're reviewing Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno is a very loose adaptation of the original poem, Dante's The Divine Comedy, which was written in the 1300s, so they had to take some pretty significant liberties with the story.
What are you talking about? They didn't change anything. They even kept the part where you kill a giant topless Cleopatra by stabbing her in the boobs. That part was so good, I don't even remember reading about it.
As Dante, you begin playing as a crusader in the Third Crusade, but upon returning you find that your wife Beatrice has been taken to hell to pay for your sins.
You then spend the rest of your game going through the 9 circles of hell, trying to find Beatrice and save her from eternal damnation.
Okay, here are the facts. The game is a huge God of War clone. I hate the God of War series, and lots of people love the God of War series. Conclusion? I don't really like this game, but I know a lot of people will.
It pretty much follows the God of War model in every way, but at least it's done pretty well.
The combat is your standard hack and slash combo using killing everything that moves type of game, where you start out with relatively simple attacks, but as you level up you can unlock better and more sophisticated combos and moves.
Unfortunately, you gain levels in either holy or unholy, which is an okay idea, but the main way you level up in either category is by grappling an enemy and either punishing them or absolving them.
Doing the same move over and over to grind unholy experience was extremely tedious, and it got old really fast.
In general, you have 2 main weapons. You have a scythe that you get from killing death at the beginning of the game, and a cross that shoots magic holy stuff. You also have magic abilities that use mana.
By going unholy, you upgrade your scythe, and by going predominantly holy, you upgrade your cross. I'm an evil bastard, so I went entirely unholy.
After entering Hell, you will go through 9 distinct levels, each having their own boss fight. You will begin at Limbo, then move on to Lust, Gluttony, Greed, and all the other 7 deadly sins.
They did a nice job of making sure each circle of hell has a distinct visual appearance and enemies. This helped differentiate the areas.
Unfortunately, the graphics in general are just okay. None of it looks bad from a faraway camera, but when they come in for the game cutscenes, the low-resolution textures really show.
This game is also unnecessarily disturbing, and a lot of things like topless women and killing unbaptized babies seems to have been done simply for the purpose of being controversial, and it really isn't doing anything to help video games gain more respect. Every 1 step forward, 2 steps back, right?
The boss fights are suitably huge, and generally pretty cool, but they are also quite difficult, so you end up having to die a bunch of times until you can memorize their attack sequences.
I almost forgot, this game loves QuickTime events, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nobody likes QuickTime events. Stop putting them in our games, developers.
There are QuickTime events for almost everything, from average demons you have to fight to the really long sequences in the boss fights.
There's nothing worse than getting a boss almost dead only to mess up on a QuickTime event and have to redo the whole thing. That sucks.
Overall, whether or not you're going to like Dante's Inferno depends upon whether you like God of War, because it's basically the same game with a new story and new skin. Lots of skin. But it has its fair share of annoyances, and really just doesn't do much to change things around. That's why we're giving it a 7.5 out of 10.
Thanks for watching Battle Gamer News. Check out our website at battlegamernews.com and be sure to join the forum. Thanks.
Talk about staying true to the story. That part was so good, I don't even remember reading about it.
He said boobs!
If you hadn't shouted out boobs in the middle, that would have been perfect.